Hi everybody and welcome to Computerized Accounting. I'm Professor Quinn and this video is going to serve as a little orientation video to how we're going to be utilizing Blackboard and some of the key components of QuickBooks that you'll need to get started. So when you first log into Blackboard, it's actually going to bring you to this announcements page. At the start of every week, I'll be sending out an announcement through Blackboard that will be posted here and also get emailed to your NECC email address. And if you've downloaded the free Blackboard app for your phone, it will actually give you that announcement right on your phone as well. So I strongly recommend downloading that app if you haven't done so already. And in this announcement, I'll remind you of what's coming due in that upcoming week, any other reminders and announcements that are important for me to share with you. So the first announcement is going to tell you to come right here to the Read Me First section. And so in the top, you'll see some information regarding the textbook that we are using and some textbook purchasing options that you have. Your textbook comes with a 140-day free trial of QuickBooks. So the textbook walks you right through how to download that onto your computer. And again, you have some textbook purchasing options that you can choose from here. Something to keep in mind is this is a completely online class, so please make sure you're paying attention to all due dates and times. And you will have 2 assignments due each week. Except for the very end of the semester, I give you a little extra time for the final project. I do not accept late homework quizzes or tests. It is your responsibility to manage your time properly and make sure that everything gets done and handed in on time. I do understand, however, that things can get busy. It feels like sometimes every class has something due on the same day or in the same week. So I do allow you 2 24-hour extensions on homework assignments only. So this does not apply to the quizzes, the tests, or the final project. So only the end of chapter questions or end of chapter problem can you get an extension on. In order to receive that extension, you have to email me before the due date and time of that assignment to get the extension. So if it's due at 11:59 on Wednesday evening, you have to email me before that due date and time. Simply ask for the extension and on what assignment you like the extension on, and you will receive that 24 extra hours to complete it. I have removed the Blackboard email link from here because that just kind of lives in Blackboard only. It doesn't go into my normal inbox. And I like to get back to my students as quickly as possible. So please make sure you're emailing me at that email address that's provided here, as well as at the top of the syllabus. You'll find all of your grades under that My Grades link here, over here on the left-hand side. So every homework assignment, quiz, test, and final project, all of your grades will be posted here, including some feedback. So every time I grade an end of chapter problem, I will be providing you feedback on anything that has to be corrected. So please make sure you read that feedback. In the discussions link, you'll find a discussion post that's actually available to you all semester. You can actually post a question here to your classmates, not for test or quiz or project questions, but for homework questions. So if you're something that you're stuck on and it's late at night and you know I won't be able to respond to you right away, you can actually post that question here. And also stop in here every once in a while and see if there's something that maybe you can help answer for one of your classmates. So you have 6 very important steps that you need to take in order to get started in this course. So number 1 is, of course, watching this video. You're going to read through the syllabus completely because it contains a lot of important information and it will help you stay on track for the semester. You're going to read, fill out, and upload that syllabus agreement form, which is a little bit below here. This is a graded assignment in this course, so please make sure you get it done. You're going to complete the syllabus scavenger hunt quiz, again, a graded homework assignment, and introduce yourself to the class using the discussion board that's below. And please make sure you respond to at least 2 of your classmates' posts. Again, a graded assignment. So you have 3 assignments that are going to get you started in this semester. So please make sure you start off on a good foot by completing them all on time. You're then going to want to go to the course content section on the left-hand side and go in and read all of that information that's provided. There's very important items that are in there as reminders that are going to be helpful for you throughout the semester, so please make sure you read those. Again, I strongly recommend that you download the free Blackboard app. It will get announcements to you right on the phone. Also, when I post one of your grades, it will alert you that a grade has been posted for you. So it's a wonderful resource to have to kind of keep you on track. This course is a really wonderful opportunity to learn an accounting software that is used in the business world. It's a wonderful skill to have onto your resume. So when you're doing all the problems in this course, you're doing the end of chapter problems, really make sure you're looking at it from an accounting perspective. Really just don't hit reports and run a balance sheet. Make sure you're reviewing the balance sheet. Yes, the system will do a lot of the work for you, but it's not going to correct your mistakes. So if you go into your balance sheet and see that it doesn't balance, or see that you have a negative balance in one of your asset accounts, for example, that should be a red flag to you that you have made a mistake. So always make sure you're reviewing everything that you do first before you go ahead and submit it to me. Again, this is a wonderful opportunity to really help you understand a software that's used in the business world. So whether you're an accounting major or you're thinking about owning your own business at some point, this is a vital skill to have. If you are interested in downloading the Blackboard app, the instructions on how to do so have been included right in here for you. So the syllabus, I have provided two very important documents here, the actual syllabus and a printable calendar. So the printable calendar has every due date for each assignment throughout the semester. Again, you see that you have two assignments during the week, one that's due on Wednesdays and one that's due on Thursdays. The end of chapter questions are going to be completed in Blackboard. They are at the end of the chapter as well, so you can review them there if you'd like to, but they'll be submitted through Blackboard. The end of chapter problems is what you're going to be doing in QuickBooks, and you're going to be uploading your QuickBook file to me to review. So again, print this out, hang it up somewhere, check things off as you go along because it's going to be very important. The syllabus, at the top is all of my contact information. Email is definitely the fastest and easiest way to get in touch with me, as I'm more frequently on email than sitting in my office. So if you need something, please send me an email and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Again, I have included some information regarding the textbook and your textbook options. In order to be in this course, you had to have a C or better in both Accounting 102 and CIS 110. So please make sure that you've met both of those requirements. Otherwise, you will be withdrawn from the course. Emails, again, I'm pretty quick at getting back to you as soon as I can. I do read and respond to emails Monday through Friday from 8 to 7, but please allow 24 hours for me to respond to your email. Also, I only respond to NECC email addresses. Every one of you has a free student account, so please make sure you're using that to communicate with me, because that's the only way I'll be communicating with you. Another reason for that is that students have emailed me using a personal email address, and the system assumes that it's spam and kicks it into my spam folder, and I never see it. So please make sure you're using your Northern Essex email address. For grading, it's broken down this way. Your homework assignments, again, you have 2 a week. One's those end of chapter questions, the other is the problem. In total, counts for 20% of your grade. You're going to have 3 quizzes that in combined count for 15%. Your comprehensive project, which is due at the end of the semester, is the largest percentage of your grade because it is cumulative. And it's going to count for 25% of your grade. And then you have 2 chapter tests, first on chapters 1 through 4, and the next on chapters 5 through 7. These are done in QuickBooks and they take a significant amount of time, so please do not wait to the last minute to work on these assignments. I've given you your test dates, due dates that are scheduled here. Those are also on the calendar that I've provided to you. Again, I give you some reminders about those homework extensions that I'm allowing you on, again, just homework assignments. Again, as a reminder, the test and final project take a significant amount of time, so please give yourself enough time to complete those assignments. Even though that this is only an online class, it is still a 3-credit course, which means that you should be spending about 9 hours a week on this class, completing assignments, doing readings, whatever the case may be. So make sure you have enough time to really devote to this class because it is a lot of work. So please make sure that you have enough time in your schedule in order to do that. Makeup tests, I generally don't give out of fairness to everybody else who is prepared to do the exam. But if there's something that is preventing you, please get in touch with me sooner rather than later, and I will consider allowing you a type of an extension on an exam. But if you wait too long to get in touch with me, it will be too late and you will not be given that opportunity. After you read through the entire syllabus, you're going to come down here, follow the instructions, and upload that syllabus agreement form to me. You're also going to complete the syllabus scavenger hunt quiz and you're going to introduce yourself to your classmates. Again, these are your first 3 graded homework assignments in this course. Over here under the course content tab, you're going to find a module for every chapter. So you have some information up here. You'll have a total of 21 homework assignments, 3 quizzes, 2 tests, and 1 final project. There are 2 QuickBook files per chapter. So there's a practice file. That's where you're going to practice the steps that are shown in the textbook. And then there's the end of chapter problem file. That is the one that you're going to send to me. So when you're looking at the information that you have when you get into your textbook, for example, the tech file, the tech QuickBooks file, is the first one that you're going to use. And you're going to use that file in chapters 1 through 4. And so you're always going to be adding to this file every time that you're practicing the material. This is going to give you the chance to practice the steps that they're showing to you in the textbook. So it's a way for you to get some practice, to get a little bit of a better understanding of how to do each of the different steps in QuickBooks before you get to the end of chapter file. When you get to the end of chapter file, it's going to tell you which file you're going to be using. Again, you're going to be using the same file, in this case the Oasis file, for chapters 1 through 4. So you're never going to start with an empty file. You're always going to be building on what you have done in the previous chapters. That is why it's critical that once I grade one of your end of chapter problems, to make sure you read that feedback and correct anything that I tell you that needs to be corrected, because that will affect you going forward into chapters 2, 3, and 4. Also, please make sure you pay attention to the password that they tell you to use for each one of those files. When the book tells you to memorize a report, please make sure, or print a report rather, please make sure to memorize the report instead. You're not going to be sending me any of those reports. You're simply going to be uploading your entire QuickBook file. So I've given you directions on how to memorize the report here and how to properly label it so that I can follow along with what the work you have done. If you have any issues, you can contact QuickBooks right through here. And again, in each chapter, you're going to find some information. So for example, in chapter 1, you are going to find a PowerPoint set that's going to show you how to install and register your QuickBooks. You're also going to find the chapter 1 PowerPoint. You're going to find some information regarding the company passwords for the QuickBook files. Here is where you're going to put in your end of chapter question answers. I do review the assignments after everyone has submitted it, so if you happen to have misspelled a word, for example, I will add those points in after. And then here is where you're going to actually upload your QuickBook file to me. When you go to submit me your file, when you open up wherever you saved your QuickBook files, you're going to see several files with the same name. So for example, the Oasis file is the first one that you're going to be using in chapters 1 through 4 for your end of chapter files. You notice that there are 3 here. Please make sure that you're always sending the QuickBook company file. It should usually have this green icon because that's the file that you're working in. Please do not send either one of those other files. Those are files that I cannot open. So please make sure you're always sending the QuickBooks company file. You'll notice that this one says a data source name and this one says ND file. So if you want to double check, hover over and make sure that it says the QuickBooks company file. That is the one that you're going to want to send to me. If you make a backup, which the book strongly recommends and walks you through that process, always a good thing to have a backup of your file. But again, please make sure you're sending me the actual company file, not the backup file. And you'll submit those here. And again, there's one of these modules for every one of our chapters. There's also some QuickBook tutorial videos. So if you're having some trouble with anything, you can come in here and watch some videos that can walk you through, again, how to get started with entering a bill, to write a check, any of those items if you need a little extra help are included in here. Over in the discussion tab, again, I'm going to have you introduce yourself to the class. Here's if you have any questions that you can post in here for your classmates. And you'll also see something called Passing On Success Strategies. And you'll notice that there's already 8 posts that are in here. These are from students that have already taken the course and they're passing along to you their best piece of advice on how to be successful in this class. So take advantage of that. Go ahead and read through it because they might give you some great tips and tricks that can be very useful to you throughout the entire semester. And again, over here under My Grades is where all of your grades for the semester will be posted. So I look forward to working with all of you this semester. If you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch with me. And I hope you have a great start to the semester.